Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I'll be showing you my current experiment, basically with multiple AI art generators. Currently I'm using Stable Diffusions, and also I have access to Dall-E, and I will show you what I'm doing actually. So it started with this blot psychology test. Remember, you might recognize this test in the past. You might have done something like this. It's kind of interesting, and I really want to make use of something like this and turn it into some kind of AI generated art of some sort. And currently I have something running in the background. So this is actually what I've been doing using Stable Diffusions on my old MacBook Intel. It's still running faster than my M1 because my M1 have less RAM, gigabyte RAM, and so this one will calculate a new design every 4 minutes. Currently it's already running. It's probably gonna be a little bit slower because I'm recording. But anyhow, remember this setup from the other day. I have like a random noise generating curve, and I just make it symmetrical, and I thought I could make use something like this to generate like an artwork. This one is like a very basic mold, right? You can look at this and then come out with some kind of imaginations in your head, and then you kind of, okay, this might look like a mask or like a robot head of some sort, right? You can of course redraw some things on top of this, but for now it's just like a random noise. I might actually use this one, so let me save render image. And I just got the access to Dall-E today, and I have 50 credits, and it's currently displaying this robot. It's making 4 different robot variations from the original. The original itself was generated from Stable Diffusion. So did I did render? Yeah. So this is one of the output from EV. It's only 512 by 512. Save as. I'm just gonna save it here. Robot head. I will actually show you some of the creations that I did earlier the other day. So this is the mold. This one coming from Blender, EV, geometry nodes. It's looking a little bit like a bull, or like a minotaur monster, or yeah. So I specify in Stable Diffusions, just create some kind of bull monster based on that single image. Okay, so this one seems to be working fine, and then the robot one was actually kind of interesting. Oh yeah, it's a cyborg kind of thing. I'm using, this is actually an old artwork made using Sketchfab or animation nodes, one of those. Yeah, and I use it as input for Stable Diffusions. The prompt was like some kind of cyborg. I actually put in like a Metal Gear Solid and all kind of mecha robot design. So it's probably using artworks related to that, like a Gundam, but it's starting to get more interesting when it's generating a robot like this with like a throne kind of design. And it's like a concept art, and of course we can turn it into 3D if we want to spend some hours on it. But this is some of the creations out of Stable Diffusion. And then I use one of them inside Dall-E. Okay, I will actually use Dall-E in this. This one's still calculating. It's gonna take a while. I think I have the progress here. One more iterations, and it's gonna generate something for us. Maybe in just a few seconds. We can actually try something here. Let's upload something. Let's pick like one of the robots being generated. So I quite like this one, for example. Dall-E, of course, it's probably a little bit more sophisticated in terms of aesthetics. So you're gonna get, very likely you're gonna get like a more beautiful result. Okay, when you run something like this, it's gonna takes a bit of time. It's gonna use up my credits as well. Okay, this robot seems to be failing. That's because I forgot to paint the areas. Yeah, should have done this. But this is called in painting, in stable diffusions. When you paint some areas, and if you want to replace it with something else, this thing, maybe Dall-E doesn't have this. Maybe Midjourney, maybe they have it, just not yet available. So anyway, we start with an image and we paint it. This is the original image, and then we kind of tell it, okay, just regenerate something based on a prompt. Cyberpunk, Akira, mecha is a gorilla figure sitting on the throne. Yeah, generate. I set it to 32. It's gonna take 4 minutes or so to generate. This one probably already finished in a bit. Or it's generating, yeah. So based on my robot, it's generating 4 image that I will download. With the variations, okay, it's kind of smart enough to figure out it's like a toy robot, and it's looking like a little bit like a gorilla, and it's, yeah, it's some kind of machine. This is the output from Dall-E 2. This is the original, of course. It's kind of interesting, right? If I tell it to generate again, it's gonna do another variations, and it's gonna use up my credits once again. I might actually pick up a different robot design. Okay, so let's say this face. Okay, this face was actually the output from Stable Diffusion. It's actually generating the gorilla robot head. Yeah, I think this is okay. I cannot do an in painting. Let me do it again. Yeah, I like this robot head. Upload, crop, generate variations. Yeah. Normally with Stable Diffusions, we can do in painting, and then we specify a prompt, and then we kind of adjust the scale, whether you want it to be more like original or more like your prompt, and then it's gonna diffuse and blend the idea, and then come out with new concepts. Yeah, okay, so it does understand the idea, and we get this new head design. I think it's quite beautiful and interesting. It's already like second or third iterations from the original artwork, which is yeah, this weird, like a symmetrical raw image was painted by my hand, and then so this is probably like the third iterations of the design. I call it design concept. It's not final. But I think it's like a very interesting way to use AI art tools instead of just make a prompt and then you expect it to come up with something. Of course you can do that, but it's I think it's just like a tool. You need to kind of balance it, whether you want to add original inputs from yourself and have it just make something for you, rather than just, okay, this is Photoroom, right? AI background generator. This is actually using Stable Diffusion as well. So at the beginning, it's always like type in the prompt. I don't like to just type in the prompt into DALL-E. I like to have some kind of creations, like I don't know. I can type in, for example, hyper-realistic, symmetrical, random robot made of mechanical parts, cyberpunk, 4K, Unreal Engine. You can specify Unreal Engine. You can actually type like really long, like a paragraph, and just one of the words will trigger something with AI, and it's gonna generate something for you that's kind of looking more interesting or intricate or beautiful. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you see, it does generate something that's kind of interesting. This is by prompting Stable Diffusion, and I think AI background generator is actually the fastest I can use on my iPhone and iPad. Uh, so this is something that I can put into DALL-E to create some variations. So the idea of variations is what's really interesting, I think. So yeah, it's a which one do you like, and then you just pick one, and then go back to DALL-E and try to generate something out of it. So this time I'm using the result from Photoroom, from AI background generator. I'm gonna pick one. Yeah, let's say I quite like this. So it's like a cyberpunk-ish. Just crop it 512 by 512, generate variations. You can perhaps use DALL-E 2 to actually enlarge and scale the image and refine the image further. So it's gonna generate this for us. What could be interesting if the history of what you generate or create actually have credits. It's credited or kind of linked to you as the original artist, right? So yeah, it does create something for us. Just a slight variations of this one is probably looking less detailed. I can maybe perhaps create variations or just refine it further. Let's see. Okay, this guy still takes some time to generate. All right, it's really slow because I'm recording, but I don't know, it might work. So okay, yeah, get back to this. I forgot. Let's upload our basic objects. Yeah, the mold. Crop it. Edit or generate. Let me edit image. Yeah, I can. I wonder if I can just paint. Oh yeah, I can do the in painting just like with Stable Diffusion. So I'm erasing this guy, but I also want to specify. Okay, this is like a some kind of hyper. Describe the entire design, not just the erase area. Robot head cyberpunk generate. So the part that you erase will be replaced with an idea. Like it's gonna, okay, some people call it like AI prediction. I like to think of this like the dream machine as well, like a dreaming machine. So you erase some areas and then tell it to generate something. Okay, this is exactly what I was expecting, sort of. From that silhouette of really basic stuff, it's generating something that you consider a little bit more detail, and it's amazing looking, right? Or okay, if you are like a good artist, you can definitely create something like this in a way, you know, based on the prompt by your director, for example, or from your idea from your head. Based from this, you know, create whatever. So I don't know, maybe it's just using the silhouette. Let's try something else. Yeah, sometimes it does look like a character. For example, this is like a robot because it's got like arms and legs. We have to use a bit of imagination. Sometimes it looks like an insect bug, but I like to have it like a robot head. That's the easiest, perhaps. This is, I'm doing this live, right? And no preparations, and this is just like real time, sort of. So I can perhaps zoom zoom in a little bit more. Okay, render image, and wait a few seconds. It's rendering using Eevee. Okay, image. Save this. Okay, it's super slow right now. This one's still working. Like I said, it's gonna take 4 minutes or more on this computer. But stable, like the Dall-E one is running on the server, so it's faster, and I only have 50 credits. Let's try. Robot head number 2. Let's see, crop and edit image. Like usual, we are kind of erasing. It's erasing because if you have like a face of someone, you can actually replace it with a famous person name, or but that's not recommended. In my case, I haven't really explored that. So anyway, hyper realistic cyberpunk robot helmet made of random mechanical parts. I keep using these ideas. You can specify name of an artist. Maybe in this case, just leave it like this. Cyberpunk robot helmet made of random mechanical. We can perhaps like more like add like intricate details, beautiful, complex. Okay, it seems pretty colorful now because I mentioned robot helmet. It's not bad. It's giving like this kind of lens effects, and then this one's a bit colorful. This one looks like a really simple looking robot. This one is cool. More colorful. Oh yeah, definitely cyberpunk. 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . 。 . . 。 . . . . 。 . . 。 . . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 .
。 . 。
Definitely cyberpunk. painted with graffiti and made of random mechanical parts, 4K, Unreal Engine. Whenever we specify Unreal Engine, we're gonna get something that's more 3D, I think. Okay, it's just it's quite clever actually. Instead of making something that's just symmetrical, it's making this like a robot, the back of a robot. You can play around with the string here and the guidance, and then seed, and then generate. This one is running on my machine. It's Stable Diffusions with the in painting. All right. Get something a little bit more abstract. It's a because I specify helmet. I shouldn't specify helmet. Metal gear. Solid robot. Android. Generate. Painted with graffiti and mirror. Alright. This one's alright. The rest of them seems a little bit too basic. But anyway, we get this for free. So let's make something that's more interesting. Like this one might look more interesting, like a robot. Yeah, like a Pokemon. I did another render. Have to wait a few seconds. This guy is still calculating. This gonna take some 4 or 5 minutes. But you know, from something like this, if I pipe it into Dall-E 2, it's gonna generate something that's interesting too. So I'm juggling a lot of things. Cyborg. I really like this one actually, the one that's coming out from Stable Diffusion from my own machine. Pipe into Dall-E 2 and then let it generate something. Yeah, look. This one, crop, generate variations. That's the easiest. Generate variations. You can specify a different prompt by deleting, but for now, let's save this Pokemon robot. Full body robot. Eh? Okay. It's calculating the previous one, creating different variations. So variations or variants is the power of Dall-E. I think it's more because you can upload your own drawings and you can say, okay, make variations based on that. It's gonna try to make something out of what it thinks what it is, make like a variations based. I think it's adding like noise on, you know, like trying to make different predictions based on an idea. The one that's we created using Blender here already have like a form. It's looking abstract, but yeah, it's gonna try to create something out of it. This one, I think Dall-E requires internet. Maybe hopefully this one is fast enough. A bit slow. So I wonder if I can open another one. Yeah, I don't know why this one is hanging. Upload an image to edit. Let's upload our Pokemon. Okay, robot crop, edit image, paint this. Yeah, give it a prompt. Okay, hyper realistic. This is like a small type of robot, small robot made of intricate, detailed, random mechanical part. 4K hyper Unreal Engine. Generate. Yeah, this one is frozen. Why is that animal? Yes, this kind of thing is cool. You know, abstract pencil watercolor of lonely robot holding a balloon. It'll give you exactly that. I have a feeling that Dall-E might be frozen in their server or something. Yeah, unfortunately, I might need to wait a bit more to get the result. However, yeah, at least I already show you the whole process. Hyperrealistic, symmetrical, random robot. Yeah. Like I said, AI background generator from Photoroom is running Stable Diffusions on the fly based on the prompt. You cannot upload image, however, at least not for now. Yeah, we have 5 more iterations until it generates something. Dall-E is frozen. Unfortunately, it's frozen. Too bad. I don't know, maybe I should try one more. Just curious. So ink blot, I actually want to make ink blot as well, just using grease pencil and blender, you know. Ink blot is really cool and fun. Just 2D image can become 3D. Upload an image to edit. Just gonna upload one more robot, cyber robot. Okay, this one's cool. Upload, crop, generate variations. This one maybe almost finished. Frozen. This one is frozen. This one. Hopefully this one works. Otherwise, it's wasting my credits. Okay, this one finished. You know, see, from this, yeah, you know, this prompt can be copied, paste into this guy, generate. Yeah, I think Dall-E stopped working on me. I don't know why. Maybe too many people using it. That's the thing. If you're using the service online, it's not always most reliable. So using your own machine, maybe it's much better. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, see, this is like making all kind of transformers image. It looks exactly like transformers, but yeah, Dall-E kind of disappointing. Oh yeah, okay, hey, it works. Takes a while, right? But our little robot is working. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, this one is cool. I just click variations, and it's gonna make another variations. If it can kind of enlarge it and make more details, it's gonna be interesting. So the speed is really varies. Okay, this one is complete as well. Cool. Is this work? Is this the robot from our? Where is this one? Oh yeah, this is from Stable Diffusion, and it's creating variations. This one is more solid. This is like go back to something that's a little bit more raw. But I wonder if I edit this, and give it a prompt. Cyberpunk Akira Mecha Bionicle Gorilla figure. Oh, sitting on the throne. I shouldn't mention sitting on the throne because it's just like a standing robot. Okay, get result. Yeah, variations of our robot generated using Stable Diffusions. Which is they're looking quite abstract, but I don't mind it because it can be we can further develop this, of course, using our own imaginations. Okay, yeah. See, I especially like this one. It's got a lot of potential, I think. But anyhow, yeah. So that's the process. So in summary, yeah, I've been trying to make like ink blot, like a interesting silhouette of robot using geometry nodes. I add noise because the noise will make it so like the AI will add more details. Yeah. So yeah, Stable Diffusions and Dall-E. So basically, that's those two that the one I've been using, and based on random ink blot tree that we created using geometry nodes, we can render this out, give it a prompt, send it to Dall-E or send it to Stable Diffusion locally, and it can generate unlimited number variations of concept robot. Of course, I definitely shouldn't stop here. This is just an idea because from here, maybe I can make an actual 3D design, you know, like making it real instead of just like a simple concept 2D image. But anyhow, it's interesting. It's hopefully you find this useful. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.